We will await that then. Thank you, Steve. An about-face from Governor Cuomo on his state email policy. We told you just last night the governor had come under intense criticism from other lawmakers and good government groups with his practice of permanently deleting state emails after 90 days. Cuomo now says he's willing to meet with legislators and top state officials to create a single policy that they would all adopt. The change of heart came just hours after Attorney General Eric Schneiderman announced he was not going to abide by the 90-day delete policy in his office, saying he was committed to government openness. Joining us now, our political analyst, New York Post political columnist, Fred Dicker. We talked about this last night. Fred, a very different story. What is it they say about a day later, what a difference a day makes? And sure enough, Governor Cuomo apparently has capitulated on this.
Absolutely, Liz. This is the fastest retreat we've ever seen the governor engage in. And I've got to give you credit. Last night you were suggesting he really would have no choice. And I was saying I thought he would be stubborn and not give in. You were right. I was wrong. He didn't even wait till tonight or this afternoon. Usually when you want to bury a story, you do it on a Friday afternoon or Friday evening. He was, if not in panic mode, very, very worried. And the fact that it was only about 2 hours after Schneiderman did what he did that the governor capitulated really was a remarkable thing to see.
I read a New York Times article that suggested that the governor also saw an opportunity here to hold the Assembly and the Senate to whatever agreement they reach, and so that he gets something out of it too?
Well, I call that cover. The legislature is a separate branch of government with a different set of priorities. The legislature is recognized, Liz, as a political body. The executive branch, the governor's office, is not supposed to be. That's the functioning of government. So there's a reason that the legislative branch, which is allowed to engage in politics regularly, keeps some of its information secret. By the governor claiming he wants to have one uniform policy in the state, he's trying to make lemonades out of lemons by saying that he can be given credit for forcing something on the legislature that I think the legislature understandably will resist.
So based on that, is this likely not to go anywhere in terms of coming up with a single policy that everybody will abide by?
Yeah, I don't think there will be. There hasn't been in the past. There won't be one now. I think the real story here is that Hillary Clinton's email scandal has gotten conflated with the governor's order, and he's trying to get out from under it and trying to save face by saying he'll try to drag the legislature along. I don't think they're going to go.
So does the Attorney General, Eric Schneiderman, come out of this as the white knight here by having effected change?
I would love to be a fly on the wall, both in Schneiderman's office and in Cuomo's office, listening to them discussing this. I can see the high fives from Schneiderman. He really gets credit for this. And I can see the anger from Andrew Cuomo. There's no love lost between those two.
All right. Well, we'll see where this goes next. And thank you for the follow-up tonight. And, of course, Fred will be talking about this and many other interesting topics live from the state capitol. That's his radio show every weekday morning, 10 to 11 on Talk 1300 AM.